Was Britney's marriage to her hubby Sam a bad idea? That's what we're going to be talking about today, y'all, because listen, as I said to you guys in my previous video, I'm resurfacing this whole subject area because Britney just don't seem to be thriving and living and freeing the way that she's supposed to be being freeing. You know what I mean? She just doesn't really seem like she's doing well either. And I, like a lot of other people, are questioning if she's even the one on her own social media. So today I'm gonna talk about her hubby because I never trusted the guy. I'll be honest, guys, and I'm almost completely convinced he's a part of Team Con. I don't have enough information to say that he is myself. If any of y'all have any info, feel free to throw it in my direction. I would appreciate it. And also subscribe if you enjoy the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments, okay? But I don't know, something's just not sitting right with me with him, and it never did. And I remember even when they got married, I was happy for her that she was getting what she wanted, if that's what she wanted. But I just don't trust him, you know. And I've kind of been in my journey of life, in my journey with the Lord. You know, God always teaches me. Sometimes I'll have these off feelings about people, and then I'll try and give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I'm one of those people who likes to give people the benefit of the doubt. I know. It's actually my toxic trait, I feel like, at this point. But anyway, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And a lot of the times it turns out that my initial feeling was correct. And then God's like, I told you. I literally told you. Like, I literally gave you that feeling for a reason. You know, so nowadays I kind of stand more on my little intuitions like that a bit more, because I do believe God gives us that intuition, because sometimes what we see isn't going to give us the information to know what's really going on, because it's easy to manipulate what is seen, isn't it? So, and that's what I kind of feel like is going on here with Britney's hubby, because he's like, I don't know, he's just, for me, if everything that she went through was true, I personally feel he, in the beginning, should have been doing a lot more to get her out of the situation that she was in. And if she was really that far into the conservatorship and really things are really as bad as we know them to be, and they're probably way worse than we know, then the only way he could have been so close to her and around her is he had to somewhat be giving or doing what James and the others would have wanted. Now, one could argue that, you know, maybe he did the best that he could while trying to also make sure he could be around her, you know, and that they are a whole massive group of people to go against. So he might have figured that it's better to just, you know, adhere to whatever James is requiring of him, and kind of play that role and not rock the boat too much, because then at least he gets to be with Britney, and at least Britney gets to have him. But I just kind of get this feeling that Britney is very, like, I feel like she's very kind. She's kind of like what I said about my toxic trait being giving people the benefit of the doubt. I kind of feel like with her, you know, she's such a caring and loving person. When you're like a caring and loving person, you can have a tendency to see the best in people and to expect people to be as kind, caring, and loving and genuine as you are. And when it comes to like relationships, it's a lot easier in an intimate relationship like that to kind of mask your true intentions. That's why a lot of people struggle with recognizing, you know, when they're with a narcissist, because it's so much easier to manipulate emotions of somebody you're so intimately connected to. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know, something's not sitting right with me. And as somebody pointed out, he's not in a lot of the videos that she's posting recently. It's something sus. I don't know, guys. I know I'm not really saying loads, but I really just wanted to bring this out there, because it's not sitting well with me. And now that we're considering the fact that we're a lot more of us are considering a lot more strongly that she might not really be free, and it's looking like she isn't really, kind of makes me not want to just ignore that this thing, because I actually think he's pretty key to, if it is true and he is part of Team Con, then he is a pretty key part of how they are able to do all of this stuff, because he is at the closest, most intimate level. All it would take would be for him to always look like he's Britney's ally, and that could be his role. That could be his role in this whole organization. Could be, you're the one who face to face, day to day, looks like you're Britney's everything, treats her what she wants, whatever, and you report back to James, and he's probably could be talking to James and Lou and all these people behind the scenes. We don't even know that they're having these conversations, and that's how they're kind of all managing it. And that's the role he plays, you know, and he benefits off it because obviously he's making money. In fact, we found out, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I can't remember all the exact deets right now, but we found out in one of my previous videos I mentioned that he is also on the payroll of people being paid through Britney's money. So if she is, and you know, one could argue maybe they wanted to support him as a couple or them as a couple or whatever. Again, odd for me that he's being paid like an employee, kind of, I feel like he's the inside man, honestly, for Team Con. And it might be why they have been able to not really have, maybe this was a part of the plan. Maybe this was always, because you know what? The people who do evil, this is why, those of us in the kingdom of light, we need to pull up more. Because the kingdom of darkness really be planning ahead. I tell this to people, and I tell you guys this all the time. The slave trade, actually I don't tell you guys this all the time, but I mentioned it before. The slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, yes, the one that, you know, a lot of us speak about nowadays, right? That slave trade, the slave owners, they planned 400 years ahead. They strategized for the slave trade to last for 400 years. And that's how long it lasted. They strategized. So that's why it's important for when we're saying things, we can't just all be kumbaya, ooh, we're not evil. We've got to boss up. We've got to step into the battle and actually be a force coming against them and actually planning strategies as well. Because these people, they be planning strategies. I wouldn't be surprised if this was their little strategy they had all along, as in if it ever gets found out that Britney's in the conservatorship, then they have a strategy as to how they're going to deal with it, right? Which is then allow her to get married to what's his name, and now she's now legally connected to him, and I can just imagine all the possible things that could happen as a result of that. You know what I mean? All the possible things they could try and hold over her head. All the decisions, if something accidentally happens, God forbid, and somebody needs to make a decision, who gets to do what, who, what, where. It just, for me, I just don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. And I also do think that, I'm going to talk about in a separate video about Britney Spears and cloning, because for some of you, I know that that's a bit far for you to go, and that's okay. I'm going to talk about cloning, because there could be either a cloning scenario, in my opinion, my humble opinion, either that Britney, the current Britney we see is a clone, and the real Britney is either maybe dead or somewhere else, or, which is my other theory I just came up with right now, which is what I'm going to talk about in the other video, she is going to be replaced by a clone. Now, like, they're going to replace her very soon, because, listen, y'all... These evil people, do not put anything past them. They will happily kill someone. I heard there was a clone who came out and said this. Somebody who'd been a clone, who was cloned. And he talked about how they make multiple clones of a lot of these celebrities so that they can say to them, like, by the way, if you mess up, if you don't do what we're saying, we're going to kill you and replace you with your clone. So, again, you might not believe in that. That's okay. I'm throwing ideas out there. I'll talk about that in a separate video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this Sam Asghari or whatever his name is. Let me know what you think of him, because I don't trust it. I don't trust it. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more he's seeming like he's an inside man, and he working for Team Conservatorship, and he working with Lou, and he working with James, and they all doing the demonic rituals at 3 in the morning, right, in the forest of California, calling upon Satan, you know, to continue the evil stuff that they're doing. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget to let me know your thoughts, which I said that already. But let me know your thoughts again. If you haven't let me know them yet, let me know them now. Other than that, guys, don't forget to check out my other videos. God bless every single one of you. And I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.